Welcome back to New Earth Awakening. Today, we're diving into the topic of the highly sensitive person in the business world. In this episode, we'll explore misconceptions about the HSP people in the workplace, the role of HSP traits as a resource for building social capital, the unique strengths and challenges HSP traits bring to the workplace, suitable and unsuitable roles for highly sensitive employees. Let's dive in. Let's begin by addressing some common misconceptions about highly sensitive people in business settings. In a study, researchers hypothesized that HSP employees might be overwhelmed by stimuli, leading to chaotic work environments where tasks feel unmanageable or meaningless. Another assumption was that HSP individuals lack self efficacy. It is believed that HSP are overwhelmed by stimuli and therefore lack the ability to influence, to shape their environment effectively. But here's what the research found. Neither of those assumptions is true. Studies showed no negative correlation between sensory processing sensitivity and meaningfulness at work or self efficacy. In other words, being highly sensitive doesn't mean you find your work less meaningful, nor that you lack ability to influence your environment effectively. However, there are challenges. HSP employees reported higher levels of job dissatisfaction and greater recovery needs after stressful experiences. This means that while HSP individuals can thrive in the workplace, they may require additional support to manage stress effectively. This is likely because HSP process stimuli more deeply, which can lead to overstimulation in high pressure or fast paced environments. Now, let's talk about social capital, the networks and relationships that help us succeed at work. A study focused on how HSP interacts with stress, social capital, and turnover intentions among expatriates found out that a higher portion of HSP are among expatriates, while approximately 20% of the general population is estimated to be an HSP. The study found that 30.7 of organizational expatriates, those sent abroad by a company, and 19.3% of external expatriates, those working abroad independently, scored high on HSP. This suggests that companies may unconsciously value traits associated with HSP, such as empathy and conscientiousness, when selecting employees for international assignments. So, HSP is a resource. HSP individuals bring valuable traits like strong intuition, reduced learning effort, and the ability to notice and address errors effectively. They are less influenced by cultural context, which helps them adapt to new environments. And HSP can be seen as a valuable resource for reducing stress related to unfamiliarity, as HSP individuals excel in noticing and managing mistakes and are less influenced by the cultural context. Despite their strengths, HSP individuals reported higher levels of stress while working abroad. However, according to the researchers, it is likely that once an HSP expatriate adapts to their new environment, they experience stress levels similar to those they would feel at home. This adaptability is attributed to their strong intuition and ability to navigate unfamiliar settings effectively. Furthermore, perceived stress was found to mediate the relationship between HSP, social capital formation, and turnover intentions. In other words, stress influenced how well HSP individuals could build relationships at work and whether they intended to live their roles. So, recommendations for employers were made to maximize the advantages of HSP traits while reducing turnover rates. And the researchers suggested that employees should invest in stress reducing practices such as team building activities to foster connection and support, and also supporting expatriates' families as they adapt to new environments, since family dynamics also play a role in building social capital. These recommendations highlight that while HSP trace can be a valuable resource for international assignments, organizations need to address the stress challenges faced by HSP expatriates to fully leverage their potential. By creating supportive environments and implementing these measures, companies can enhance both the performance and retention of highly sensitive employees. Let's take a closer look at the strengths and challenges that HSP traits bring to the table. Strengths are cognitive abilities like creativity, intuition, holistic thinking, and problem solving skills. Also, personal traits like emotional intelligence, social competence, conscientiousness, and heightened awareness. These strengths make HSP employees particularly effective in roles requiring innovation, empathy, or attention to detail. On the flip side, some challenges include irritability, emotionality, hypercriticism, indecisiveness, or fearfulness. It's important to note that these weaknesses can often be mitigated with supportive environments and proper stress management strategies. But what type of roles are best suited for highly sensitive employees? Let's take a look. Suitable roles are leadership positions where empathy and insight are key, consulting roles that require creative problem solving. Also, tasks focused on creating positive work climates or ensuring quality control, as well as product or process development roles where attention to detail matters. On the other hand, unsuitable roles are high pressure frontline roles requiring constant presence. Also, jobs in harsh environments with little flexibility and quantity focused tasks that prioritize speed over quality. Highly sensitive people bring unique strengths to the workplace: creativity, intuition, empathy that can drive innovation and create meaningful connections with teams. However, understanding their needs is key to unlocking their full potential. Let me know your thoughts or questions in the comments below. I'd like to hear from you. Thank you for joining me today. If you found this episode insightful, please like it, subscribe, and share it with your friends. See you next time.